has already told me that he's had some calls from wrestling reporters as a result of our Wrestle Radio. They're going to be interested in what's going to happen Thanksgiving night, November the 22nd, Century 2. 20 men, $20,000, Rex King and Ken Wayne. What a card! And that is just 2 of the matches.
My very good friend Bill Apter, who is the senior managing editor of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, he's sending photographers to ringside Thanksgiving night. Joe Pedicino, your very good friend, has called and inquired. He wants to know what's going on. And I tell you what, we're burning up the wires. They want to know what's going on in Kansas. But the great news is now it's going on in Topeka, getting ready to go on in Kansas City, Joplin, Missouri, Colorado Springs, Colorado, and coming soon to Denver.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Absolutely.
Listen, Chris, Universal Championship Wrestling, like zebra fever, is spreading throughout the Midwest. And I'm going to make this statement, Chris. I think that you're going to see a sellout crowd at Century 2, November the 22nd.
I think if there was ever a card to warrant a sellout crowd, that's the one.
$20,000 on the line when 20 men climb into that ring. Talk about a prize worth battling for.
20 of the finest wrestlers. I mean, not just anybody can enter this thing. There's criteria to follow. You have had to have X amount of pro matches. You've had to win X amount of pro matches.
That's something I was going to mention. You know, Universal Championship Wrestling hasn't just allowed any 20 men to enter. They've had a qualification basis, and these men, their applications and their contracts have had to be qualified by the board of directors of Universal Championship Wrestling. Just anyone off the street who claims to be a professional wrestler could not enter this.
No, I mean, we're not going to give you no garbage wrestler like a Russian brute or a Night Stalker who thinks they're, you know, so such a great talent. I mean, I wouldn't let them wrestle in my outhouse if I had one. But these are legitimate wrestlers who are going to wrestle for the $20,000.
But you know, Chris, not only is the money on the line, but what about the prestige of walking out of there winning that battle royal? Think what that could do for your career, especially a young man like Todd Christy, Randy Rhodes. Think what that would do for your career.
Well, they would have to be in line for a world title shot. And you know, there's been several alliance calls wanting us to recognize their world champion. I mean, this is no BS. It's a fact. You've been there when the calls have come in.
Don't you think that Zebra Kid would have to have that in the back of his mind? Certainly, $20,000 would do a lot to help any man or any family. But listen, don't you think Zebra Kid would have to be thinking about what he could do with after winning that battle royal on November the 22nd?
So would Tom Pritchard. So would Mark Starr. So would Rick McCord. So would Wahoo McDaniel. So would Ray Stevens. So would Mike George. So would Rufus R. Jones. So would Eddie Gilbert. So as the list goes on, you know.
You know, Chris, I think you're going to see a sensational crowd November the 22nd, Thanksgiving night. Listen, the 2 events that we've talked about, we've also mentioned the ladies' match. The participants we've not announced yet. But just the 2 events could be main events anywhere.
He just hung himself there on the top rope. He could have broke his neck. Todd threw him in with such force.
You know, isn't Todd Christy an exciting, powerful competitor?
The girls love him.
A talent unequaled in Universal Championship Wrestling. Fortunate to have a man like Todd Christy signed up.
Absolutely.
Golden boy Todd Christy. It looked like a little double teamwork. Todd Christy in the wrong corner at the wrong time. Wild Thing bringing him out, and Wild Thing draping Todd Christy across those top ropes. The referee, Derek Dukes, in for the count.
Derek Dukes? No. Derek Lowe.
Derek Lowe, excuse me.
Derek Dukes also called, but we're not letting him in the Battle Royal either.
Excuse me. Derek Lowe. The excitement of the moment caught up with me. And,
I'd like to say hello to my great friend Ray Webby up in Minneapolis. And very soon, we'll be coming on a tour through Minnesota.
I want to say hello to 2 little friends of mine back in Knoxville, Tennessee. John and Zane Duncan, the 2 sons of United States Congressman John J. Duncan, Jr. and Mrs. Lynn Duncan. Great wrestling fans, great kids, and they wish they were here with us.
And I know you're currently negotiating with a great station out of Knoxville to start carrying Universal Wrestling.
Knoxville is wrestling starved and wrestling hungry. It's been one of the greatest territories in the United States, and I think we're going to be able to do some work in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Well, you know, Todd's been trying to tag out to Randy Rhodes, but he never seems to get over to the corner.
You know, there's something wrong. There's some problem here. What about this? There's some problem. Randy Rhodes...
Well, one of the girls over here just said that Randy Rhodes pulls back when he tries to tag.
You know, Todd Christy in some trouble.
I don't believe that.
Todd Christy in some trouble at this point in the match. He drives his elbow into the solar plexus of Wild Thing in. And once again, Todd Christy showing the ferocity of this battle.
Well, Todd's been in the ring an awful long time. Randy has his hand out to tag. And he tags.
Finally
Randy tags Todd, and Randy Rhodes in the ring against Wild Thing.
Finally a tag executed. Randy Rhodes goes in.
And he tags right back out to Todd.
Almost immediately.
Todd's been in there for 10 minutes, and he makes Todd come right back in. What's going on here? And a knee to the midsection. Randy Rhodes come in for 2 seconds.
No doubt about it. Todd Christy has given the bulk of this match.
You know, I feel sorry for Todd. Partner today, Clark, what a jerk he is. You know him?
I do know him. The 2 count, and Todd Christy and Wild Thing in the center of the ring battling like 2 tigers. And
when I talked to Todd earlier, he was happy he finally had a partner that he could trust.
And Wild Thing snaps on that sleeper.
Wild Thing sure does snap on the thing. The sleeper and
Todd Christy.
And he tags. And in comes Randy Rhodes against Wild Thing.
Brother. And
right out again. What's going on? Randy needed to let Todd stay out of the ring and get some air.
You know, this battle is really taking its toll on young Todd Christy.
Clothesline down to the mat. Todd Christy goes for the cover.
1, 2, and 3. Todd Christy, your winner.
And the winner.
Obviously.
Todd Christy pinned Wild Thing. Now Todd's wondering why weren't you tagging me in?
Some controversy in
Wait
this
a minute!
corner.
Randy
Brother!
just hit Todd Christy. Randy just hit Todd Christy. Now, after Todd won the match single-handedly, Randy's mad because Todd pinned Wild Thing.
It looks like goodbye, Charlie, for another partner, Todd
Randy
Christy.
said, why didn't you let me tag in? He did, and Randy wouldn't stay in the ring.
There is a controversy brewing here.
Now, Randy, what are you doing? You wouldn't tag in. When you did, you stayed for 10 seconds.
Christopher Love, I'm getting tired of all these boys out here getting the belts, going for the gold. Let me tell you something. The 2 things this is made of. That's money and metal. I want the metal around my waist. Todd Christy, you have had a partner stay with you long, and I'm getting tired of following in Rhodes' footsteps. I'm ready to make my mark right now, and I don't care who it is, where I start right here. It's just plumb fine with me.
Well, you made him carry the whole match. You didn't do nothing.
He can't even carry himself out there. Every time I was ready to tag, he was out there.
He won the match by himself. Every time you tried to tag, you turned your back.
Every time he come over and I was ready, I never could find him. I had to adjust my knee pad once, looked up, and he was gone. I thought he's going to be a soldier the whole match.
Let's go to a break. We'll be right back after this word.